please welcome Esquire Philippines Sexiest Woman Alive 2026, Ms. Janine Gutierrez. Janine. Okay, let's see it. Take two. First time. I know you're all excited. Also, our employees from Summit Media excited to meet our sexiest woman alive. I see her. Okay. At sure na talaga to. From elevator, lower ground floor to 6th floor. And then now, ladies and gentlemen, once again, please welcome Esquire Philippines Sexiest Woman Alive 2026, Ms. Janine Gutierrez. Okay, so now let's have our photo offers. So let's end. Thank you. Okay, request Mr. MJ. And of course with PJ for a quick group photo. Thank you so much. Okay, Janine and PJ, you may now take your seat. And of course, before we start the Q&A, let's hear it first from my EIC, PJ.
Thank you. Hello. Hello. Hi. Hi, good afternoon everyone. I'm PJ Kanya. I'm editor of Esquire Philippines. Thank you so much for making the time. Janine, thank you for being here. And thank you to our media friends. You know, I can relate to them because I also cover events, so I know how difficult it is sometimes to go to, events like this, so you have to travel all the way across the city. But so I just wanted to show our appreciation for you guys showing up. So yeah, the reason we're here today is we wanted to take this special moment to honor our sexiest woman alive, Ms. Janine Gutierrez, and thank you also for making the time. I guess I wanted to start off by already answering some of the questions you guys might have. Unahan ko na kayo. Number one, what is Sexiest Woman Alive? Obviously, Esquire Philippines is the local iteration of the Esquire men's magazine, which is originally from the US. It's an American publication, and just in case you guys didn't know, Esquire is celebrating its 92nd anniversary this year. So 92 years na ang Esquire. And Sexiest Woman Alive is one of the, I would say, signature titles of the brand. We've had Esquire editions all over the world have had Sexiest Woman Alive in their own respective issues. In the US, obviously, if you guys didn't know, some women who were able to be named Sexiest Woman Alive are, the likes of Scarlett Johansson, people like Angelina Jolie, all of these big celebrities. in the Philippines, we've had Sexiest Woman Alive since the days of the print magazine, so since 2011. Previous honorees also include people like Sina Karen Davila, sino ba? Pia was back, and then our last one was Catriona Gray, which was back in 2018 or 2019. So the question now is, since then, why did it take so long? It's been 7 years since we had Sexiest Woman Alive. The short answer is the pandemic happened. Because before, obviously, every month, as most of you probably already know, we have magazine themes every month, which we sort of planned the year before. So parang nakalatag na siya for the year. And when the pandemic happened, that sort of messed up the whole schedule. And I guess it's true for all publications. In our case, it took us 2 or 3 years before we sort of got our rhythm back because of the pandemic. And so yeah, we only sort of got our groove back, so to speak, in terms of having themes, monthly themes last year. And so this year, we sort of, the editorial team decided na, hey, we haven't done Sexiest Woman Alive in so long. So that's why we finally did it. And we're so lucky that Ms. Janine agreed. And then, unaman natin kayo, why Janine? I'm sure that's the question. But, I mean, I'll throw the question back to you guys. Why not her? I mean, it's very obvious naman. But, I guess, the process of how we came to Janine, the editorial team, as always, we sit down in a room and we sort of discuss who we think are, worthy to possess this title. And let me tell you now, it's a very short list. We did not have a lot of names in mind, but then I didn't tell you this, Janine, pero remember the first time I met you last year, it was lunch at a restaurant. We didn't really get to interact a lot, but later that night, we saw each other again at the Esquire at his desk, right? With obviously your partner was there. Jericho was our actor of the year, and Janine was there, and that was when I kind of got to talk to her a little bit more, and that's when I realized na this lady, obviously she's very beautiful, she's very sexy, but when you talk to her, it's increasingly obvious that there's something else there. She's obviously intelligent. She speaks her mind, but she's also very gracious and kind, which are all qualities that we sort of were looking for. So long story short, that's how it happened. And when we reached out to her and her team, they very kindly said yes to this. So that's how it happened.
Thank you so much, PJ. Grabe. From 2019 was the last Sexiest Woman issue. And of course, after 7 years, let's hear it from the woman, Miss Janine Gutierrez.
Thank you, PJ. Buti na lang nag-attend ako ng event. So much. I'm so grateful. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you for being here. And thank you again to Esquire and the whole Summit team for this honor. I'm really so grateful and kilig that you guys chose to have me as your sexiest woman. Thank you.
Thank you, Janine. Of course, let's start our Q&A. That's why we're here. Again, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Alam naman natin na napaka-busy na panahon na yun. And after what's happening now, your commitment to be here is really much appreciated. And of course, we have here from ABS-CBN Push, Nika. Hello, you have a question for Janine?
Hi, hello. I'm Nika from ABS-CBN Push. My question is for Miss Janine. Nakwento naman ni Sir PJ that what made you the sexiest woman alive for 2026. In your end po, what made you say yes, doing this cover, since you have been face of a lot of brands and magazines in the past, and what is the difference ng cover na ito sa karera niyo po ngayon?
Honestly, I was super surprised. Pero yes again, kasi syempre I'm familiar with the Sexiest Woman Alive title, and I always wanted to do an Esquire cover. It's one of the covers na never ko nagawa, ever. I've been here to Summit before for preview and other publications, but Esquire, parang shucks, never pa ako nakapag-Esquire. So when I saw that it was Esquire, I really was very excited to do it.
How do you define sexy po, especially now that it's Women's Month and you're one of the faces of this generation's actresses po?
I talked a bit about it in the interview. Thank you so much to Chop also for the write-up.
Chop was the writer.
Chop yung nagsulat. And I define sexy as being brave and parang fully authentic to who you are as a woman, all the good and all the bad, and just being passionate with the things in your life, like the people you love, your work, your advocacies. I feel like that kind of passion is what defines a sexy person. Parang pang beauty queens. Yeah, I think ano talaga siya, passion and confidence and joy.
Thank you, Nika. And other questions from, yes, we have here from Beth FK.
Hello, congratulations to Janine on being Esquire's cover. Okay. So speaking of bravery, how do you know when to hold back or speak up in any issue?
I feel like if it's something that you think is important and deserves awareness, then you shouldn't be afraid to speak up. Sometimes nga, pag medyo may konting kaba, baka that makes it even more worth it to say something. And yeah, parang there are a lot of things kasi na might be very important to you, but the people around you don't know about na this thing is going on, or may balitang ganyan, or there's this way that you can help. Like even within your household or sa barkada mo, parang it's always important to speak up about the things that you feel need more awareness. Because like even within your small circle, parang it can make a big impact.
Aside from being the sexiest, what other superlatives would you like to be linked to your name?
I guess the most hardworking. That's something that I always try to do. The most professional. And this year, I really just want to be also the most joyful. Parang there's been a lot of difficult things that have happened in the past, and parang the lesson for me talaga is to really find joy in everything, like even in the small accomplishments, like I drank my vitamins today, or may nire-share ako na article na parang sa tingin ko mahalaga. I think it's always good to celebrate and be joyful and try to spread that to the people around you.
Thank you, FK. Of course, ito my sister. Puntahan natin from TV Patrol, ABS-CBN News, Mr. MJ Felipe.
My idol. Hi,
Uy,
MJ.
grabe. Janine, nagsusuot ka ng sexy, baka masabihan ka ng pinagnanasaan ka ng mga lalaki.
Oh my God.
Anong masasabi mo doon sa comment na yon?
Siyempre, sobrang hindi okay yun. Hindi ka tanggap-tanggap yun. And I applaud Anne for really speaking up against it. And I really admire what she said na kung ano man yung nangyari sa kanya, it's not just about her. Parang she really used her platform para magsalita in behalf of like all the women who experience these things every day. So, syempre, we're all behind her and we all try to push empowerment forward for all women, no matter kung anong trabaho, kung anong suot mo, kung ilang taon ka, or kung nasaan ka. Parang, women deserve respect, and I'm grateful that there are women like her who really are not afraid to speak up about it.
What was your reaction or your candid reaction when you heard those nasty comments against Anne?
Alam mo, I knew you would ask about this. I knew
Naramdaman mo na kaagad?
Oo.
Very good.
Siyempre, nakakagalit. Sobrang nakakagalit. Kadiri for that to be even said out loud anywhere, more so to be said in like a place of power in public office. So, siyempre, ang sama talaga pakinggan. And hopefully it serves also as a lesson to all the other men and politicians to really be reminded that that is not acceptable.
And on the flip side, what do you say to women para mailabas nila yung confidence, the sexiness inside of them? Because sexy naman is not just physical, Ako, I feel like the reason why PJ and his team chose you because you're beauty and brains. Ka-level mo si Catriona sa si
Oh my gosh.
Pia.
Oh my
Diba? So, what piece of advice would you give to anyone out there para ilabas nila yung kanilang sexiness and fire and confidence sa loob nila?
Well, thank you una sa lahat, MJ, kasi sobrang hinahangaan ko yan, si Catriona and Pia. They're not just beautiful, but they're so passionate sa mga advocacy nila and supporting other women. So, ako mismo na-influence na ng confidence nila. They're so smart and they're so kind and talagang nag-radiate yung parang, yung puso nila, ramdam mo. So, I guess what I can share then to other women is to just embrace the good and the bad about you. Parang, it's okay to make mistakes as long as you keep growing, as long as you are always kind to the people around you and to the people you encounter, and na you're always uplifting also other women. Sobrang mahalaga yun kasi it's sobrang confidence booster when you have like a group of women around you that really lift you up, whether may pinagdadaanan ka or there's something that you're kind of insecure about. So, sa tingin ko, it's just kindness sa sarili mo and to the people around you. And maybe just not be so hard on yourself. Parang let your kung ano mang takeng ko yan and like little quirks about you shine because that really makes you special.
Just be you. Jason, last na lang.
Just
Sorry,
be
sorry.
you.
Actually, Jericho, when he found out that you're the sexiest woman alive.
Happy siya. Happy siya. Yeah, he actually, sabi nga ni PJ, he posted on his Instagram na he's feeling lucky. So I am so happy, syempre, to have someone who's so supportive and sweet and affectionate sa lahat ng mga ginagawa ko, especially with things in my work that, syempre, our team worked hard on it together. Talagang collaboration siya also with the team of Esquire. So, I also value his opinion pagdating sa creativity, sa mga ganitong bagay. So, happy ako kasi talagang nagagandahan siya. Thank you.
Thank you, MJ. Now let's
Thank you,
hear
MJ.
our media from this side. Hello, Crystal. Si Therese na lang muna.
Nagpa-compute pa siya.
Hi, Therese from Manila. I could ask, so I know you have an upcoming project, yung Balarao, with Charlie Tizan and Miss Ana Casidro. How do you discern what projects are worth taking, like for you now?
Well, Balarao was an easy yes because when I was told about it was the team who did a film that I did before, yung Babae at Baril. So same producer, same director, same DOP, same PD. So yun talaga yung team. And syempre, in the past few years, like at the back of my head, sobrang naisip ko, sobrang fantasy kung maulit namin yung working together in that whole environment. Kasi it's not just about coming up with like a quality film or quality project. Parang it's also the theme that is the core of that project. So alam ko na yung team na yun talagang palaging may makabuluhan na tema. So even before I knew anything about it, instant yes na siya because I know like all those people sobrang galing. Tapos nalaman ko pa na it's going to be the first Filipino Netflix original. Eh parang yun talaga yung I guess parang North Star ko pag pumipili ng project is I always hope to do something that can showcase our Filipino stories to other audiences around the world. So I think that talaga was like a super exciting proposal for me and instant yes.
Yeah, sobrang ganda actually. I'm so excited then personally for it. Pero do you have other projects lined up for this year other than Balaro?
Yeah, I do have a movie and a series, but I don't think I can share much about it yet, but I'll let you know again. Thank you.
Okay, so let's hear it naman from Crystal.
Hello. No, my question is for PJ naman. No. So, you mentioned earlier na when you were deciding who to pick, shortening list, can you, I hope you can share, why was that list short? Is it because konti lang yung pipilian? Literally, kasi ang dami yung napili, or nagbago ba yung definition ng Esquire for Sexiest since the last time you named someone? So, why was that list short?
Actually, I wanted to go back to what MJ said about beauty and brains. So, from that pa lang, parang, kasi when you're talking about beauty and sexiness, it's gonna be a long list. Ang dami. I mean, you can choose from almost anyone in show business right now. And wala tayong shortage of beautiful and sexy Filipino women. But when you start taking into account other, I guess, qualities that you're looking for, especially in something like this, na it's like a global title, it's a global brand. You sort of start narrowing it down to individuals who you believe possess all of those qualities and not limited to just the physical attributes. So I guess in that sense, that's why I mentioned a narrow yung list, and obviously you won't mention all of the others who were in contention for the title. But I just wanted to say that when we were drawing up that this special issue, Janine's name came up right on top agad, and it helped that I like I mentioned earlier, I was able to meet her personally, so I have first-hand knowledge of just how warm and smart and kind she really is. So yeah.
Thank you, Crystal. Ito naman ang next na magtatanong natin. Siya, napapanood ko yung mga content niya sa TikTok at saka Instagram. Si Jacob, Janine, or Catriona?
First, Janine. Thank you so much. Hi, Janine. First of all, congratulations. Grabe, 3 covers ito. What was your initial reaction when you saw this 3 cover of yours?
Gulat. Kasi syempre, I didn't know that there would be multiple covers. Actually, kasi BJ Pascual, of course, shot the photos. And friend ko naman si BJ, so he was like, ano dito favorite mo? Tapos meron kaming personal bets kung ano yung, sana ito yung piliin nila ng cover. Of course, the final pick is sa Esquire kasi. So we were just talking amongst ourselves na, sana ito, like ito favorite ko. So nung lumabas yung tatlo, sobrang happy kami kasi, oh wow, like, our favorites were chosen. So walang talo sa amin. And it's just an honor because I realized na parang yung happiest thing about this for me is when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, my Lola would have super loved this. As in, Mamita loved anything like, she was the first person who told me na sexy ako. She was like, you're a knockout. Parang, ha? Knockout? Yun pala, sexy. I was like, oh my God, I never kasi saw myself as someone sexy. Pero going back sa tanong nga ni MJ, sexy isn't just physical, di ba? Parang, for me, like yung lola ko, she was so funny, sobrang kengkoy, sobrang may bastos. Like, parang, she always made fun of herself and I think it made her all the more sexy. So, parang the best part about this for me is I know she would have loved it.
Can I add that? Sorry, I just wanted to add two things. First, I wanted to say thank you also to Janine and her team kasi this was really a collaborative effort. Obviously, we had our concept in mind. We sent them what our vision was for the shoot, and we were so thankful that they were very receptive. And this wasn't like us imposing what we thought about this whole concept for them. Parang no, it was they gave us input also, and throughout the shoot, and please correct me if I'm wrong. But we constantly were asking Janine and her team if they were comfortable with how it's going, kasi we wanted to make sure that her comfort and her that she was that was paramount over everything else. And she was comfortable with how it was going, and thankfully she was. So thanks for that. And the second thing is about the 3 covers. We don't usually do this. If you're a follower of Esquire, if you've seen our content online the past years, we haven't done multiple covers actually at all. We've never done. So this is the first time we've done multiple covers, and the reason why is because it was just so hard to pick which one. So that's why we ended up with these 3, and that's how it happened.
Janine, second follow-up question ko lang. Funding lang, if you could pick one being the highest sa tatlong cover, so ano yung favorite cover mo, 1, 2, and 3?
Ako nung una, ito yung personal favorite ko. Pero si DJ, ito yung favorite niya. And then this one, we didn't expect it talaga to be a cover kasi this was actually the last layout lang. We just went down to the lobby of the hotel to shoot outdoors. So ito sobrang gulat kami, pero oo nga, parang I see it's cool and like...
That's the one Jericho shared.
Yes. Oo. Baka kasi yan yung wholesome. Kaya yun yung shinare. Pero, oh my gosh, I don't know na kung yung favorite ko, pero parang naging dito na ako. I don't know. Ikaw?
Same. Very simple, but parang very you. Yeah, parang I like the face, all of it.
Trivia, polo ni PJ.
Congratulations, Sir PJ and Janine.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jaco. No? Of course, a story by Chuck Smith. We also have our production, Ria Grana. And editor-in-chief, of course, PJ. Creative direction, Iggy Talaw. Iggy. Videos, John Mariano, Joe Tamesis, and Greco Jr. Makeup by Antea Bueno, assisted by Ryan Agos. Hair by Jay Aquino. Styling by MJ Benitez, assisted by Teresita Gaba. And nails by I Do Nails. Of course, shot on location at Discovery Primera. Okay. Before we end, of course, meron pa question from Cosmopolitan. Hello?
Hello, hi Janine, I'm Justina from Cosmo. So, you've been a very prominent figure among women in the industry today, and you've mentioned nga that you've worked with Summit Media before. Last year, you headlined for Cosmo Philippines Women of Influence, and this year you are Esquire's Sexiest Women Alive.
The duality.
So, and given that it's also Women's Month, this month, how have you been celebrating it so far? And in light of everything that's been happening, why do you think it's important for us to really celebrate it?
I think we were all reminded why it's still important to celebrate it. Unfortunately, di ba, parang it shouldn't be a reminder anymore, pero kailangan pala patuloy yung trabaho to really emphasize how important women empowerment is, especially for the younger girls and the people who are in high school, who are turning 13. It's so important to do the work for them, for that next generation. What have I been doing this month? Well, I've been working in preparation for a new series that we're about to film. Pero I guess there's also like the little things like showing support to, you know, other girls' Instagram posts. parang you never know kasi how much a small compliment can go a long way. So that's one thing that's like an everyday thing na I try to do. And yeah, as much as possible, just always advocate for women and support like female-owned businesses and things like that. So yes, Women's Month.
Yes, so you've also mentioned you're currently working on new projects and you also have Balaro coming up. So among these characters that you've played, even from before, if they were real people, who do you think you'd be friends with?
That's a great question. I had this, naalala ko lang, I had this one role kasi na I was a dragon. So, parang masaya siya maging friend. Si Dragon Lady. Pero siguro, yung talagang malapit sa akin, actually, was my role in Ngayon Kaya. It's like it's kind of a love story film na also like about music and parang just taking your chance on this person that you don't know if they might like you ba. Parang siya yung medyo malapit sa akin, si AM. Kasi may line siya doon na super favorite ko na I also feel the same way na parang why not just give it a shot, you never know what might happen. So siya talaga yung parang malapit sa akin. But also, the girl in Balarao, kailangan yung abangan kasi it's also a story about mother-daughter and how a daughter will go through anything para sa nanay niya and para sa pamilya niya. And then it also has like a mystery vibe na medyo badass, Lara Croft. So gusto ko din yung playing like strong women and roles like that.
Okay, thank you. And last question naman. So in your interview with Esquire, you mentioned that sexiness is a state of mind that comes from confidence and authenticity. So are there any specific rituals or habits that you do or mindfulness practices that you do that help you tap into this sexy state of mind?
Well, for this shoot, the glam team, the glam and the clothes, I feel like fashion is always something that helps me feel confident and sexy. Parang it's an extra layer in the way you present yourself and in the way you kind of enhance and show your personality without having to speak. So I feel like taking the extra effort to dress up, not necessarily more formally or more flashy, but like more you. Parang whether that's like your favorite white t-shirt or kung saan ka talaga komportable and you feel like yourself. I feel like that's something that always helps me feel more confident and if I need to feel sexy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Justina.
Thank you.
I think that's it. Thank you. Okay, that's it for our Q&A. But before we proceed to our one-on-ones, last few words now from PJ. Of course, if you haven't read the entire feature, it's available on esquiremag.ph. Please check it out.
Yeah, thanks again for coming all this way for this. I just wanted to emphasize that since this is the first time we've done this in 7 years, it's truly a big deal, not just siguro for Janine, but for us also. So I hope you can support this by spreading the word. And please get ready for more content from Esquire for the coming year.
Yes. Of course, Miss Janine.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming here, Matangas. Thank you for making the time. Super nice to see you all, and somehow the summit office feels like home. So thank you for having me. Thank you so much again to Esquire, to the entire team. I'm so honored and I'm really happy kasi nga, parang nafe-feel ko na proud yung lola ko sa akin. So thank you so much, and thank you guys for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you once again. Let's give it up for Miss Janine Gutierrez, Esquire PH of Sexiest Woman Alive. Okay, let's have a photo up again. For those who haven't captured any materials, ito na, with Janine. Okay.
MJ, let's just have a full interview. Set up lang siya.